So you clicked on this video because there's a part of you that doubts you're ready for 2024. There's a part of you that knows you're not prepared. And I understand that feeling very well because I feel it even now as we're about to enter into 2025. I have that feeling, but less so because of the lessons I learned in 2024. And some of these key lessons I want to talk about today because I think you can take them, and even though you may not be ready now, I think that you can be ready if you actually apply and use these things. So what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you actually willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? Because sacrifice is really the key to success. And in 2024, for me, I sacrificed a lot of the things that I love to do, a lot of the vices that were holding me back. I'm 7 months sober right now, going on 8 months, and I've never felt better. I sacrificed smoking and weed and a bunch of junk food and a lot of other things that I was doing that was self-sabotage behavior. And so the question is, what are you willing to sacrifice? Because even today, right now, as we're heading into 2025 and it's New Year's Eve, the choices you make today and tonight are going to directly impact your results tomorrow. The question is, what are you willing to sacrifice? You know, if, for example, I asked you, are you willing to give up tonight, going crazy, doing drugs, doing alcohol, anything like that, so that tomorrow you could be of sound body and sound mind? Would you be willing to accept that challenge? Would you be willing to do it? And for most people, the answer is no. They wouldn't be willing to make that sacrifice because they would rather fall into the FOMO of having to go out and party and get wasted and do whatever it is that their friends are doing. But that's the exact reason why they're not going to be successful. It's just going to be another year for them where they're like, oh, I'm going to be successful. It's going to be my year. I'm going to make things change. And it's like, not if you're not willing to make those sacrifices. And so for me, I'm willing to put it all on the line. I'm willing to give up literally everything that I found was getting in my way. And so, tonight, as you go out and celebrate, I don't think there's anything wrong with celebrating, by the way, New Year's Eve. I love to do it, but there comes a point where it goes from celebrating to really just self-sabotage behavior, doing things that you'll regret the next day, doing things that aren't good for you. And, it's like tomorrow when you wake up, if you're wasted and you got a hangover, the reality is I'm going to be up before you. I'm going to be of clear, sound body and mind. I'm going to be up early. I'm going to be getting after it. And so who's more likely to succeed in that scenario? Who's more likely to hit their goals in 2025? I think you know the answer. So success is really the first foundational principle in 2024 that I learned that I think most people are not ready to go into with in 2025 because they don't want to give up those comforts. They don't want to give up those coping mechanisms. The drugs, the alcohol, the porn, all of these things are ways for us to cope with lives that we don't even love, bro. And just most people aren't ready for it. So the question is, do you want to set yourself apart? And do you want to get ready, in 2025 by doing these things and making these sacrifices, getting these distractions and vices out of your life once and for all, and making time and space so you can really tap into your potential and stop blocking yourself from reaching, the version of you that you want to become. And that leads into my second point, which is that where are you going? Where are you actually going? 99% of people have no idea where they're even going. They have no plan. They go into the new year saying it's going to be a new year, new me, and this is going to be my year, but they don't even have a plan, bro. They have no plan. They're just waltzing into the new year like everything is going to work out. And I'm telling you, it doesn't work that way. For so many years, I did that. I just would go into the new year, set a goal that I thought had something to do with success, and it never worked because I never was truly attached to that goal because it didn't really resonate with who I was. It wasn't genuine. What life do you want to live? Where do you want to go? And if you're unsure about that right now, what's kind of worked for me and what I tell my younger self is like, think about what kind of life you want to live. What do you truly want to live? Between your physique and your mindset, your habits, your relationships, spiritually, mentally, physically, what do you want? What do you want it to look like? Because you need a clear picture. You don't have to have everything figured out. It can be kind of vague, even me now. It's not super, super crystal clear, but I've got a good enough idea to where I can start setting some goals and know that those goals are directly aligned with a deeper purpose in the sense that it's heading me towards a lifestyle that I know would be better than where I'm at now, and it's going to be an upgrade. Figure that out, bro. And I kind of broke these down into different terms. There's really three levels we'll talk about. Maybe we'll get to 4. We'll see how long this video goes. But the first one is what's called the hero's dream. And that's what I just described to you. It's what is that dream life you want? You know, what is that lifestyle? What does it look like? That's the hero's dream, because you are the hero of your story. Only you, nobody else. There is no one like you, bro. You know, it's like in Lord of the Rings, you know, you're Frodo with the ring. And, you know, as Galadriel says, if you don't find a way, no one will. And that's kind of true for you, bro, in your story, because you face obstacles, you have things that you need to overcome. And if you don't find a way to do it, no one else can do it for you. And so truth is, you got to figure that out. And so you need to know what your hero's dream is, at least roughly. And that just equates to the lifestyle you want to live. And from there, we can reverse engineer everything. You know, once you know what your hero's dream is, we can literally reverse engineer the entire process. And so we start by going into what I call the hero's quest. You know, what is that one goal that would allow you to achieve that lifestyle? And yes, we're talking about one goal. Yes, one goal. We're not setting 10 goals going into the new year. No. We're not doing that, bro. I've learned enough to know that that's not the way. I've tried it and failed so many times. You pick one goal, one primary goal, one quest that you're going to go on. Think about in every story, right? In every story where there's a hero's journey, they pick one goal. They have one quest. Yeah, there's a whole ton of side quests along the way, but they've got one primary, and that's what you need to do. You need to figure that out. So what is that one primary goal that would allow you to live your dream lifestyle? So you know what your hero's dream is, that dream lifestyle. What is that primary goal that would get you there? You know, that hero's quest that you need to go on. Let's say, for example, just to give you a quick example, you know, you love your job, you got a good relationship, you feel like the thing that's really missing in your life right now is your physical health, your physique. We're actually at an airport right now, so the jet's in the background. But let's just say, for example, you know, your physique is the biggest thing you're lacking on. You wanna have that lifestyle where you can go to the beach and be confident in yourself and, you know, be attractive. Well, that's a hero's dream. That's a lifestyle that you wanna live. Break that down, you know, into the hero's quest that you need to go on. Okay, very clear. Get a six-pack. Not a big deal. Pretty simple, you know, now that you've framed it in that way, because having that six-pack and being that lean will allow you to live that lifestyle. So that's the hero's quest. Now, reverse engineer that. Take it a step down. Think about what kind of person do you need to be to achieve that. And this is where most people go wrong. Most people go completely wrong in the sense that they don't think about who they need to be. They're only thinking about what they want. You need to think about who. Who is this person who can achieve this? What is their thoughts? What is their beliefs? How do they feel every day? And what are their actions? And once you can reverse engineer that, you know, that's the persona you need to become. The hero's persona, I call it. And then you've got your three main things that are going to allow you to achieve whatever you want this year. So unless you're doing those things, you're really not ready, right? And I'll just break it down again quickly for you. You got the hero's dream, which is that dream lifestyle you want. Could be anything. You got the hero's quest, that one main goal that you need to go and achieve this year to make that lifestyle possible. And then you have the hero's persona. The hero's persona is the individual that you need to become today. And this is another reason why 2025 starts today. Because once you figure out that persona, you start today. You don't wait. You just become that person. Thoughts, feelings, and actions. Okay? And once you can do that, bro, you're going to unlock the world. So the third thing I want to talk about is, what's your script? Okay, so we kind of went over, you know, just to recap, we went over what are you willing to sacrifice? Because sacrifice is the name of the game. If you're not willing to sacrifice, you don't want it bad enough. You don't want it bad enough, bro. Trust me. If you're not willing to sacrifice, you don't want it bad enough. The next thing is, where are you going? And that's really broken down into those three parts, right? I call it like the hero's path or the hero's journey, or I don't know, I'm still figuring out a name for it, but it's those three elements of the hero's dream, the hero's quest, and the hero's persona. And then the last thing is, what's your script? So me and my friend Ethan, we kind of have like a self-improvement mastermind going on right now. And, you know, I've had this past year in 2024, you know, I've been using Google Calendar to schedule my whole day out, have every time, you know, every section of the day blocked out, time blocked, you know, every hour. And so I've been doing that. But he came up with the idea of actually writing it down on a piece of paper, step by step, almost to the level of autistic detail, to where, you know, he can like just look at that thing, he doesn't even need to think, and he just goes. And I was doing the same thing, but with a Google Calendar. So we kind of merged the two together, and you can use either or. You could use an actual physical piece of paper. You could use a Google Calendar like I do. And then I call that the hero script. The hero script is a predetermined, I want you to listen to this very closely. It is a predetermined set of daily habits that you do every single day so that you can actually not get distracted by all the things we have going on around in this world, you know, social media, YouTube, all these things. And you can stay focused and you don't need to spend brain power trying to figure out what do I do, okay? So you don't want to be wasting time thinking about, what am I supposed to do today? Oh yeah, wasn't I supposed to do that? Oh yeah, wasn't I supposed to do that? No. You want everything planned out to a T. Every hour, every second of your day is planned out. Now, nothing's almost never every day. Like, there's not going to probably be a single day where everything goes perfectly for you, okay? That's just not how life works. But you have these standards set and you work as hard as you can every day to meet those standards. And that's how we operate. And so the hero script is how you're going to become. This is how it all circles back around to each other. The hero script is your set of predetermined habits. It's the thoughts, feelings, and actions that will allow you to embody the hero's persona. And what do we say about the hero's persona earlier? That in order for you to achieve your hero's quest, you have to become that hero's persona. So now, through this hero script, every day you are this persona that you need to be, the hero's persona. And because of that, now you're able to achieve your quest. Now you're able to achieve that goal in 2025. And once you achieve that singular goal, guess what? Now you've achieved that lifestyle. And so this is how you get ready for 2025. You implement this system. You implement sacrifice. You know where you're going and you know what your script is every single day. If you can do these things, you will be successful because 99% of people don't do these things. They're not willing to make the sacrifices in order to make space for, you know, their thoughts and actions to align with what they want, or at least what they say they want. And they're not willing to actually sit down and figure out, you know, hey, what lifestyle do I want? What's my hero's dream? You know, what's the quest I need to go on to achieve that dream? And who do I need to be in order to achieve that quest? And how am I going to do that every day? So yeah, this is going to take time. You're going to have to sit down and plan this all out. But it's so much better having everything kind of reverse engineered from that end point. The idea is that you operate from the end point. So you decide the lifestyle and then you reverse engineer everything from that. And that way you always know you're in alignment. Because I struggled for a long time trying to, you know, achieve these goals, and I realized they weren't in alignment, bro. They were not in alignment with the man that I wanted to really be. And that's because I didn't sit down and I didn't think about this. I didn't think about the lifestyle I wanted to live, or, you know, what my hero's quest was going to be, or how to make a daily script that I could follow. And so this is the key, bro. All right, I want you to take this and apply this, you know, and if you can actually do it, you're going to be successful. So if you're not doing these things, I'm telling you, man, you're not ready for 2025 in terms of achieving what you want to do. You know, this is really me speaking to my younger self, you know, speaking to my younger self and just giving a wake-up call that the truth is, unless you're actually planning and you have a daily strategy, it's not going to happen. It's just going to be another year where you feel disappointed because you didn't achieve what you set out to do. So don't let that happen this time. Don't let that happen this time. Take the information in this video, go get off YouTube, write it all down, and apply it in your life. Get it set up so that you can win this year. All right. And if you made it this far in the video, comment down below, comment the word sacrifice. Comment that word down below, because that's going to retrain your subconscious mind and rewire it to understand that sacrifice is the key to success. And hey, share your advice and experiences down below and what you think of these, you know, what you think about the points in this video, if they resonated with you, because, you know, other guys can really use your advice and your experience. We can all learn from each other. And also it just helps the algorithm, you know, more people commenting, engaging. It's going to take this information and send it out to the guys who need the help and who need the mindset shift. So I want to thank you all for showing up today. I hope you all have a great New Year's Eve. Be safe out there. Make those sacrifices, and we'll see you in 2025.